if you kind of want to look at the way that the different models work, if you have on the one side, there's that very, very traditional type of approach that's very similar to like an NFIP style approach, where it's usually very elevation certificate heavy. They're going to have slot rated type structuring. Oftentimes it can be less than the NFIP because they're simply doing a discount off of that. It's usually rates that are determined based on the elevation certificate, how the building's built, and then really just where it's at. It's a very simplistic model for rating structure. And then if you go to the other side, there is a completely API driven approach. So this is going to be where you go onto a website. It's going to give you a quote within seconds. And there's very, very little transparency around how they actually develop their flood rates. Burns and Wilcox is really set up, and our flood practice is really set up to sit kind of in the middle of that. We're trying to be more of a hybrid between the two. So what that means is that we have a lot of expertise in the forms of people, and when we review every single risk that comes in our doors. So we're using the technology that's available to us. We're relying on modeling, PML levels, and just different returns that come in through the flooding. We're using the data in order to actually make decisions. But what comes with that is we have the ability to be very, very stable. We have the ability to offer you information and consultation on what a risk looks like. If you're asking, what are the returns for flooding on a 100-year basis at this property? Like, what is the actual exposure? We can have a conversation with you about that and where the pricing that we offer you comes from.